Oh my God, what an insane pump. Look at this. You might think this is just some shitcoin or altcoin, but it's not. This is like a 15%, 20% move in 1 minute from Bitcoin straight to 30,000. Do you know what the reason why is? It's because Bitcoin ETF has been approved. It's already hit the news, buddy. Here's the breaking news from Cointelegraph. SEC approves the iShares Bitcoin Spot ETF. This is going to be massive. But then a second later, Bitcoin price crashes 10% back down to 27K because it turns out it was fake news. Yeah, it turns out this was classic pump and dump. Someone just bought, some intern at Cointelegraph and just told them to pump this news, and all the other wires and news services didn't even bother checking. Even Reuters, Bloomberg just followed and kept on pumping this news saying Bitcoin Spot ETF has been approved. And of course, that's great news for Bitcoin if it were true. And then Bitcoin and everybody got on board, pumped the 10%, and then came straight back down. But what happened to Cointelegraph, who originally broke the news? So you think they might do an apology or some sort of retraction, right, since they got the news wrong. All they did is that they added one word. They said reportedly. So instead of saying SEC approves iShares Spotcoin ETF, right, they now say SEC approves iShares Bitcoin Spot ETF reportedly, as if that could have been a rumor. Anyways, for the long term though, this shouldn't affect the price of Bitcoin. In fact, it's probably looking bullish, very bullish for the next 3 or 4 years. In the longer term, in the short term, anything could happen, right? That's because, see, the world's largest hedge fund manager, right, the BlackRock, they own some like $9.5 trillion in assets under management. Their founder, Larry Fink, went on TV news again to pump Bitcoin after even this fake news came out. And this is what he said. So he kept on saying that, despite the fake Bitcoin ETF news, right, there's still pent-up interest from all his clients around the world. They want their pension funds, they want their superannuation funds, they want to hold Bitcoin. And this is a huge departure from what this guy used to say. See, Larry Fink was famous for calling Bitcoin a Rolodex of money laundering, right? Because he thought it was just only used by criminals. And now he's the one who's pumping Bitcoin, becoming a Bitcoin maximalist again and again, right? Even when fake news like this comes out. That's actually really, really good news for Bitcoin in the longer term, because you want these big Wall Street titans to pump the price, to be positive about Bitcoin, right? However, so when exactly are we going to get this Bitcoin ETF? Well, funny enough, and ironically, because there was this fake news pump, now Gary Gensler at the SEC has a chance to say to the courts that Bitcoin is very much manipulated. It's pumped and dumped, it's manipulated. Therefore, he has even more of an excuse to turn down a Bitcoin ETF. But I think that's going to be for the short term. In the long term, Bitcoin should still do very well.